It was a rainy night in Tokyo City when a new guest arrived at my Airbnb listing. He seemed like a nice guy, polite and well-spoken, but something about him made me feel uneasy. After showing him around the apartment and the guest room, I left him to settle in, hoping that my initial impressions were wrong. Hardcover the next few days. I couldn't help but notice that the guest rarely left his room during the day, spending long hours locked inside. However, as the night drew in, I began to hear strange noises on the roof. One night, as I peered out the window, I saw the guest himself making his way up to the roof at midnight. It was then that I remembered the stories my neighbors had told me of seeing someone up there at odd hours. As the pieces began to fall into place, I couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was happening inside the house. One night, I decided to investigate and used a spare key to enter the room. As I walked through the guest room, I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. I noticed that the furniture was arranged in a peculiar way, almost as if someone had been searching for something. As I moved closer to the window, I saw a small object placed on the windowsill, hidden in plain sight. It was a small, black camera, its lens pointed directly at the bed. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks, and I couldn't help but feel violated. Who would do something like this? And for what purpose? As the days went by, I found myself constantly on edge, wondering if I was being watched or followed. The more I thought about it, the more convinced I became that the guest was not who he seemed. And then, to my surprise, I found several professional cameras placed strategically around the house, including on the roof. I couldn't help but wonder why the guest had not taken them with him when he left. But what unnerved me the most was the fact that all the cameras were pointing towards the building where a famous crime writer lived. Was the guest trying to send a message? Or was he trying to implicate someone else? The possibilities were endless, and the suspense was killing me. Unable to bear it any longer, I finally decided to call the police and report the incident, hoping they could uncover the truth and put my mind at ease. The police arrived and conducted a thorough investigation. They discovered that the guest was on the list of police suspects and had been on the run for a long time. The reason why he left the camera for me remains a mystery to this day. The rain continued to fall, and the dust settled, but the memory of the incident remained. I couldn't help but wonder if there were other guests who had installed hidden cameras in my listing, and the thought filled me with dread.